Welcome guys, I'm just going to do a fork rebuild on this YZ450. That's the plan. This leg is still good, but the other one is leaking badly, and I just decided to just rebuild it. So I'm just going to do a few time lapse, try to show as much thing as possible. Yeah, I'm just going to start, take off the wheel, take off everything and remove the fork, the legs. And I already have a new seal. I'm going to use SKF. I'm going to use these kind of seals. Yeah, these are look good. This is actually just the dust rings, pretty good. I like the quality, so that's why I was choose this. And yeah, and this is the seal itself. I always like the good products, and I was just decided to go with the good ones. So this is gonna be a nice little project, not difficult. I already looked it up. I just have to change to milliliter, because I rather use a milliliter than ounce and stuff. So I know some 30-some ounce required oil, but I'm not sure how many milliliter is that. So I'm just going to convert it, so I know exactly how many. What's the milliliter what I'm able to? What's the milliliter what I can use? So I'm just gonna put it in nicely and can go from there. Yeah. So enjoy. Yeah, this is a very well maintained bike, and even I like it when the bolts and all the screws are not over tight. You know, sometimes try to put on even actually this one is like a 4mm Allen key, and it just snapped and just turning over, and I'm not able to remove it. Yeah, so yeah, basically the bike is just good. Had in a good hands, and not like just okay, just riding and do nothing with the bike. Keep it in a good performance. So. Yeah, as you can see, it's all oily everywhere, but I'm going to make it done. All right. Usually when I remove the legs, I open the clamps both up and the bottom with a little screwdriver. So because a lot of times I'm seeing forks that was, job was done before. They changed the. Oh, I was not even tight. I mean, yeah. So I like a little bit more tight the bolts than this actually. So this is not really even the bottom one. So I don't know, that was already done once or just not done right, not done correctly. The seals, I'm not sure, but I like it a little bit more tight. These bolts were actually holding the legs. So, but other than that, so I open a little bit, both clamps up and the bottom when I'm taking off the legs, because sometimes I see on a lot of even in a very expensive Ducati, doesn't matter the brand what I'm saying, what I'm mentioning, but I'm gonna put this here, and so you know, when they take off the legs, they're moving like this, and you can see the zigzag on the fork leg. Oh, I hated it. I hate it when I see something like that, and so that's the reason why I opened it a little bit. You don't need much, just a little bit, and it comes out easily. It's not gonna be marking the surface. So I'm gonna start with the bottom. Just gonna tap it gently. In the meantime, I always try to keep holding in a position. So that's it. The bottom one is already loose a little bit. So now the top one I need a bit longer, and I'm holding it because it starts already moving out. So it starts coming out. And even, you know, when you were on a track and dust, dirt, sand, you know, goes between the two piece and can scratch it, and I don't like it. I don't like any scratch on the legs. I just got this bike not long ago, so but it's still nice. It's not no any scratch on it, on only the legs. I mean, it's just there is leaking badly. I mean, it's just, you know, visible a lot of oil on the leg, on the seal actually, and all over. You see, you know, this is too much. Yeah, so I didn't do any shock rebuild like this, not for this particular one, the KYB, but I did rebuild a lot lately, and that was even Ducati, Triumph, MV Agusta, Marzocchi shocks, I mean forks, and basically they're all the same. Of course, need to be check everything, and I always do a little bit of a research before I do anything, and even I need to do a research on the quantity I need, the oil quantity, because I'm not sure if I remove all the oil, it will come out all the last drop, or when was actually done before, or they just changed the oil in it in the past few years, because it's 2011. It's possible it's not a factory oil quantity in it. Yeah, so sometimes just oh, actually this one is already removed, so I can see it. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm actually talking about on that marks, that zigzag mark, who tried to remove it nicely and gently, of course, but and not just because it's mine, or, you know, anyone, you know, owns it. I don't like extra, you know, scratches like this one, particular one. You know, this is definitely a move what is, you know, give that ugly, you know, scratches. You know, how can I show it better? You guys can see it, but it's definitely not nice. So, but I try to put it in the back, or even I cannot put it in the inside because I'm not gonna see the sticker on it, so I have to keep it that way. Yeah, so I'm just take this off. This and also it's bent, so I don't want to use it, so I'm gonna just take it off. I need a 3mm Allen key. I'm gonna take it off. I don't want it. I look it up, but most likely Hammerhead, they have a blue color if I'm gonna use one, because I mean still have the hole in a protector, so I still have it. I'm still able to use it. I just have to drill through the sticker. It's an ugly work though, but you know, it's not a big deal actually. And so I'm gonna just take these off. Yeah, so I just drained out the oil basically, so I put it back a little bit, the cap, until I remove the bottom bolt, which is actually holding in place the cartridge. So I'm just gonna sit down for that. All I'm gonna use, that's the easiest way. Need a 17. I usually use a longer one if I have to lose something. Oh, was not even tight. Was not even tight, and I'm just gonna remove it. Yeah, sometimes you have to just improvise a little bit, because when you don't have the proper tool, in this case, I have to push it down, and should have a little special tool where I'm able to put it in there, but I'm just gonna do, just push it down, and I can just put this plier in a way. In that case, I'm able to losing the top nut of actually this bolt, and so I'm able to separate it. I'm able to take out the springs, the chamber, everything. I need this 15 millimeter. I'm just gonna put this here. Yeah, that's what I need, a 15 millimeter wrench. There you go. And then just like that. Now I'm able to take it off, and I'm gonna remove the pushing rod, the push rod. I'm gonna clean all these too, because it looks also dirty, also dusty. And before I did separate any shocks, I'm gonna clean this as well. Before I separate them, I always put in basically the preload and you know, the adjustable screws. I always put it all the way in back. I always count how much is it. The bottom one was on 6 click, and the top one was on 13 click, and so I just click it all the way and then all the way back. So if I can memorize it, I wrote it down, but in this case I'm wondering how many click will be the other one, but I always remember. So and now I'm just gonna push it down again. You know what, I need the axle just in case, easier. I'm not gonna hurt myself. And so now I'm gonna remove again the top, the cap. Rather just turning this way, am I right? And there you go. I'm just gonna leave this here for a minute or two, and I'm gonna turn him back up, and I'm turning upside down again, because I have to. This is a little air chamber up in the upper section, and this is 40. I'm just gonna put it in here, And if still anything can come out, I let it go. So, and the thing is, it's a little chamber up here. It's a little air breather hole screw. So I'm gonna remove that little screw over there and release all the oil basically. Yeah, it was dirty. It was really dirty, I can tell. And so I'm just gonna put it here. Now until the oil comes out from the cartridges, I'm gonna separating the tubes. The first is usually I have to do, usually what you have to do is just remove not this one, with a smaller one, remove the dust seal gently with the screwdriver. Easily remove it all around nicely. You don't have to force it, just comes out nicely and easily. That's it. And then I'm gonna remove the clip that is actually holding in a position the oil seal. Okay. Also leave it on the top. And then usually if I know I'm gonna rebuild completely the shock, rebuild completely the fork and changing the bushings as well, usually I just pull it out. Doesn't matter because I'm gonna change it. But if I don't want to change it and I don't know how it look inside, usually I just warming up a little bit. What I'm gonna do is holding like this. I have a little tiny torch, of course, which is good enough because it's providing enough heat to just warming up this area, so can easier able to pulling out the seal. Of course, if I have a bigger one, but I had to use it at home, so I have the tiny one at the moment. But still, still heat, still, aluminum is really good. So I'm just gonna do that movement, and it just comes apart. And I need a little bit of paper towel again. And of course, since I separated it, I can check, I can see how the bushings look like. Since this is a dirt bike, because sometimes I believe on the surface, on the bushings, is some kind of Teflon material, and when they are still good, they're not completely smooth. There's some kind of little bit rough. How can I say that? It's not rough, but not completely, super smooth. But this one it is. So I would say in the next year, maybe after, this one also need to be changed. The bushing, I'm gonna see the other one as well. I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna see how's the other one look like. I'm just gonna put this down for now, and so I can see it. This is the thing when basically the inner tube is sliding, and the other one, the thicker one. When it's the outside, and the other one is the inside is coated. I believe it's like some kind of Teflon. I don't want to say any stupid things, but I see little scratches, but nothing major. Let me see. You guys can see it. You guys cannot really see it inside. Actually you do. Try to move it that way so you can. So now I'm just gonna clean it completely. And thank God there's no any damage on the surface, nice and smooth. Very, very, very tiny scratches on a coating, but other than that it's nice and clean. And then I'm just gonna use a brake cleaner, and nice and clean. The end especially, because what I'm gonna do, usually when you buy a seal, in my case as well, when you buy a seal package, should come with a little extra support tool, like a bullet, but you can put it in because it's kind of edgy, and you know, when it's machined and it's kind of sharp, and they can damage right away your seal, and it's gonna be leak in a minute. So since they didn't give me that, I had to complaining about it, but I'm not gonna waiting for them. So what I'm gonna do is use a tape, actually a little bit longer, using a tape. So we're going to covering the hole, the edges, and so I can easier I can put it on. Just do like this, and it's gonna be much easy to move the seal on it. Even though it's a little bit, like, you know, you can see it's not completely pure and smooth, but it's gonna work for me because it's much smoother than the metal itself. And I'm gonna use some grease. Not much, just need a little bit. I'm gonna put on a seal. On both, even you know, we start with the dust seal, that's the first. Graphite. I use the graphite grease for some reason. So of course I try to, you know, move it easily. And this is good. And now, yeah, sometimes I'm using like a silicone silicone grease. What the fuck? And so goes nicely to the position. I'm not gonna force it, I just supposed to go nice and easy without any pressure. And now comes the washer. Now I can take this off. I can put back the bushings. Good to go. And then this is how it looks. This is gonna be on the top. This is gonna be the way it looks. So I can put it back now. It's nice and clean as well. And then the next move is gonna be using the seal tool to push it back. I'm just going to separate it, adjusting the washer on the bottom before I put back the seat in the position. That's it. As it's already on a place. You have to hold it because it always keep coming down, but it's not that difficult anyway. And now I'm just gonna push down the seal, put the tool on, and now I never really like to tap it. I just usually push it down a few times, and then I check. Yeah, it's already can see the groove for the safety clip, and that's it. And now I'm just gonna put it down, put it back to the place, use a little screwdriver, Usually it goes back to the position easily. That's it. Other side. That's it. Double check always. Nice. And now just gonna put back the dust seal. You don't need much force, basically just tap it around. That's it. And now this is done, so I can put it back together. And I'm just gonna, you know what, one more time I'm just gonna clean also the spring, and then one more, just like that. I take a photo of this number and I'm gonna check it out. This is a factory or upgraded spring or not. I think it's still a factory. I think so, but I'm a little more heavier than the previous owner was, so just in case, because if I have to, I can tell to the person who, you know, what size of spring I need for my weight, if I have to change it. I hope not though. I'm not. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back nicely. You have to turn it on, just a few threads, 2 or 3, and then go to the bottom, and I'm gonna use my plier again and my axle as well. I'm gonna stand up, and just a little axle. Okay, I'm gonna put this in a position. Of course, it's always good if you have a special tool, but absolutely works, nothing wrong with it. And then just a little dust on this push rod. Go back to the place. A little extra pushes, it just moves freely. And now I can put it back the the top bolt, and then I need this 50mm again, and just slide it. You don't have to go crazy, but at least like 25 foot per pound torque is good. I did so many things, and I don't really use. I use the torque wrench, but other than that, no, not really. I just need to tie this, and then filling up with oil. No. First of all, there's no first of all at all. Same thing until the shoulder clicks. That's a torque. No, okay, no. Anyway, so it's all done. And remove the top. Remove the top again. I already poured new oil to the little can, so I can filling it up. I use 330 milliliter of oil. plus minus 5-10 milliliter is not going to hurt. I'm going to tighten it. Go back with the adjustment was before, and turn all the way back. Okay, start from the first click. Right. 6. Push it all the way back as well, and then come back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and it's ready. Good to go. Works like a champ. Of course, there's definitely need a little bit of adjustment, obviously. You know, because that adjustment, rebound and the preload was adjusted to the person who owns the bike before, and then I have to adjust to myself, how I like it, how I feel it. So, but for now, I'm gonna leave it just like that, and then do the other fork. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rebuild the other shock, the other fork. I'm gonna build the other fork, and then I'm gonna take apart, remove the triple trees and see how's the bearing look like. But what it feels is definitely need to rebuild it and change it. So I have to look it up and order the parts, and then hopefully a few days I can get it. Yeah, so that's it for now, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like, and see you in my next video. Peace.